Some periods in life feel quietly confusing. Nothing is obviously wrong. Your life looks stable. People around you seem comfortable. And yet, something inside you feels slightly out of place. Not in a dramatic way, not in a way you can clearly explain. Just a subtle sense that you are no longer fully where you used to belong. This feeling is more common than it appears, and sometimes it is not a problem to fix, it is a signal to understand. There are moments when everything around you seems to continue as normal. Daily routines remain familiar. Responsibilities are manageable. Conversations still happen. Life still moves forward. But internally, something begins to feel different. Certain environments no longer bring the same sense of ease. Interactions that once felt natural now require more quiet energy. Places that used to feel like home begin to feel slightly distant. It is not that life has become worse. It is that your experience of it has started to change. Sometimes the life that works on the outside no longer reflects what is happening inside. Sometimes nothing is wrong. You are simply becoming someone new. Many people assume that feeling out of place must come from conflict or rejection. But often it does not. You can feel disconnected even in spaces where you are welcomed. You can feel distant even among people who genuinely care about you. You can feel uncertain even when your life appears steady from the outside, and that can be deeply confusing because there is no clear event to explain it, no obvious turning point, no visible reason to justify the feeling. Only a quiet change in how your life begins to feel to you. Growth rarely announces itself. It quietly changes how life feels. At times, this discomfort begins when you realize that the path you followed made sense to others, but no longer feels fully true to you. You can do everything you once believed was right and still feel a quiet distance from the life you built, not because the life is wrong, but because you are changing. External life can remain stable long after your inner world has already moved forward. You start showing up to the same life differently. You begin noticing things you once overlooked, valuing experiences that once felt unimportant, questioning ideas that once felt certain. This creates a subtle distance between the person you used to be and the person you are slowly becoming. You can live a good life and still feel like it no longer fits you in the same way. This phase often feels strange because it unfolds quietly. There is no obvious moment that marks the beginning, no announcement that confirms what is changing, no external proof that something inside you is shifting. It happens gradually. Internal change often happens long before the world notices. During this time, you may feel as though you are standing between two versions of yourself. The person you used to be still feels familiar, but the person you are becoming is not yet fully clear. This in-between space can feel uncertain, not because you are lost, but because you're changing in ways you're still learning to understand. Sometimes what feels like confusion is actually the moment you realize that the things keeping you busy are no longer the things that make you feel alive. Your routines still continue, but they no longer feel connected to who you are becoming. It can feel like you are still present in your life, but no longer fully participating in it the way you once did. Out-of-place feelings are often the first language of inner change. When you begin to understand this feeling, the discomfort starts to change. Instead of something to resist, it becomes something to observe. Instead of something to fear, it becomes something to learn from. Not all discomfort means you're lost. Some of it means you are shifting. Over time, many people discover that this quiet misalignment leads to greater clarity. New values begin to emerge. New possibilities begin to appear where you had stopped looking. New forms of belonging start to take shape. But this process cannot be rushed. It takes time for the life you live to slowly catch up with the person you are becoming. Feeling out of place can mean you are between versions of yourself. If you've been feeling this quiet sense of displacement, it does not mean your life is failing. It may simply mean that your inner world is evolving. And while this phase can feel uncertain, it is often part of the slow process of growing into a life that feels more truly yours. Sometimes the most important changes in life are the ones that happen quietly, long before the rest of the world even notices.